So it's been a while since I've recorded a Blender beginner to better episode, so why not do one right now? In this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you guys a trick that most CG artists already know how to do and that you can learn right now. We're going to engrave a text into any object. Now this may sound complex, but it's a very easy thing to do in Blender and can be of use anytime and done on any object. Without further ado, let's begin. So for this tutorial, I'm going to be demonstrating on how to engrave your text or carve your text onto this little plate right over here on the statue of a Kirby model that I created a while ago. So obviously this will work on any object, but I'm just going to be demonstrating it on the statue right over here. So let's go ahead and add our text. So let's click the add button down here, or let's click Shift A, a quicker method, and we'll click text right over here to add our text. Now before we edit our text, I'm going to rotate it so it's facing the correct way. So I'm going to go and type in R, Z-axis, then 90, and then R, Y-axis. And what that does is it rotates it on the Z-axis 90 degrees and rotates it on the Y-axis 90 degrees. Now we have it facing wherever you want, but obviously you can make it face wherever you want to. R, then, you don't have to make it 90 degrees Z, 90 degrees Y. But yeah, so let's go ahead and change what we want our text to say. So first off, let's click tab to go into our edit mode, and that gives us full control of the keyboard. What I mean by that is whatever character that we type on our keyboard, it'll basically type that, it'll add that character into this text right over here. We can even click the delete button and it'll delete all the characters. So I'm just going to type in something like ikuze, which stands for let's go in Japanese. Alright, so let's click tab to get out of edit mode, and what we're going to do is we're going to go into this little text menu right over here. Now you might be on your normal render menu. What is this called? Yeah, the render menu. So what you want to do is scroll your mouse until you see this F icon, then click on it basically. So first off, we're going to go into our modification area underneath the geometry section. We're going to basically increase our extrusion just a little bit. So maybe it's something like that. It doesn't need to be all the way, we just need it a little bit. So, and I'll explain to you why basically later on. So yeah, now obviously we're going to be using a modifier for this. We're going to be using the bleed modifier, and I reviewed that modifier in one of my other very older, that's good grammar, one of my very old videos called the top modifiers for Blender, great for modeling. You can check that video out. And what you can do is when you're doing when you're engraving your text into an object, your text is basically a curve, and curves don't really work well with modifiers, especially for the modifier that we're going to be using. So what we want to do is we want to convert this text curve into a text mesh. So what we're going to do for that is click Alt-C, and then we're going to select Mesh from Curve. This will convert the curve to a mesh, obviously. So now the text menu is gone. So be sure that you edited all the settings of your text before you convert it into a mesh. But obviously you can just undo it like that. So let's just convert it one more time, and there we go. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna place it to where we want to engrave the text basically. And since we extruded it, that'll tell how deep we're going to engrave it. So maybe something like that. And size it down a little bit, and it's okay if it's not perfect because this is just for demonstration, but I'm gonna line it up like that. So what we're gonna do now is, since we want the plate to have the engraved text on it, we're gonna click that first, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the gear icon and then add a modifier, or we're gonna click the boolean modifier. Okay, so in the operation settings you want to click difference and object text. Now obviously if we were to click something like H, it's gone, but the text is engraved there. But obviously if we were to move it away, it's not engraved. So what we want to do is, well, first we can just hide the text from the render and the viewport settings, but that's just a lazy way on how to do it. Another way and a better way on how to do it is to go back to the modifier and click the apply button. So now when we move the text, bam, it's engraved there. If you found this video very helpful, be sure to leave a like and as well as subscribe to see more of my videos. Thanks for watching, get the bonbon, and stay golden.